Keep an eye on that that skull on top. Just a thing of note. Oh, you fucking idiot! Everyone move. Fucking idiot. But yes, the game is nice enough to give you extra plants to... Should really be using the browns as they're more like to survive, but whatever. I keep end up accidentally recalling them, even though I'm doing what I, as far as I remember, meant to. There we go. I have to hit them both at the same time, rather than any delay. But yes, those guys can freeze your minions in the spot. They can also resurrect. And they can also... they can also resurrect and do damage. They're quite versatile. But anyway, they're all grouped together now. There's actually a bit of life source that dropped. I wonder if you can farm them for that. But anyway, the ones they resurrect don't start off on full health. They're on half. So they're that bit easier to re-kill. Beautiful.
You choose all.
Let's try and break some of these containers without destroying that plant or something. Not sure if we can do that, but I prefer not to find out. Actually, I don't fancy risking trying to gather stuff there. It's too risky. Fair chance you'll actually just lose your minion. Depends how careful you are, really. There we go. Okay. While they're doing that, we'll break these. And actually, this actually doubles back. Brings us right back to the entrance. You know, when I saw that bird first, I thought it was like a flying, oh, what's the thing that killed Steve Irwin? Manatee. I thought it was a flying manatee. So, yeah. Bit of a weird thing to see. But it's a fancy game, so it's certainly possible. I shouldn't really been using the reds as patsies. Oh, as disposable there. But whatever. At the end, I just was kind of getting annoyed at them. So that's why I kept using them. So, no idea who that's meant to be. The religion of the elves is never really expanded upon beyond the lead goddess, the mother goddess.
You must follow them, master. Follow, follow.
This game does bring me back, though, for whatever reason, just the nostalgia, and, you know, like the same feeling I had the first time I got back into playing this isn't here. It's actually rather annoying because, you know, I really do like this game, but it just doesn't feel the same, you know? It's annoying. Good call. But it's annoying. Yeah. Because it's just like I said, I really do like this game, but I just don't feel the same way for it as I used to. But, yeah, if I play enough of it, I'm sure I'll get into it.
Use it to summon green minions. You can also destroy the plants that produce these noxious fumes.
They seem to do so by inhaling the fumes. Interesting technique. And here's this, though I can't use it yet. Sometimes you can use it before you get to Hive, but that's not one of those times. Like, seriously, you should go have a look at my previous series, just to see how differently I handle these things, handle the fights. I remember in the previous series I was like having reds up there and kiting enemies back. Here I'm just charging up ahead and smacking them. You can be so much more aggressive on normal difficulty than you can be on legendary. On legendary, it's rather fitting, really. Game's exceedingly difficult. And recall. I just meant you to go over there. Fine, go ahead. Okay. Just want to get them some gear. It's always a good idea to have actually reasonably well-equipped minions. Because if they aren't well-equipped, then they're gonna not do as much damage as they could. If only they could boost their intelligence. Okay, I'm going to stop for one moment. BRB. Hello folks, and I'm back. Recording locally. Back into the game we go. Alright. I'm kind of surprised this game doesn't have a customized cursor. But then again, it is a console port. It's not really surprising in that regard. Oh, I suppose I'm sure the console ports with them, but it's just wow. Well, it's probably won't say it's quite obvious that it is one, but you know, like look at here's the display options. You know, like if you want to alter the graphics quality, you have to do so out of the game. You know, if you want to alter the key bindings, you have to do it out of the game. You know, they didn't. You know, it's. Maybe a lot of games do that, but I certainly haven't run into them. You know, you kind of from my limited knowledge, it kind of wears, you know, its origins on its sleeve. So yeah.
Creeds are also known for their poor hygiene. Look at this place. An evil creature should have standards.
Indeed. Though really, the other minions don't seem really intelligent enough to have standards. Come on. We meant to just try and move the other thing, not completely disband it, but whatever. We can take it out. There we go. Was playing a little risky there, but we got it done.
Oh.
Good. Just wanted to get the bit of green life source. The more I get now, the better. But I was worried it'll just be suicidal and charge into the green fog. Minions are very, very stupid. Also, floating! And also, things disappearing once they're at the corner of the screen. It's a bit noticeable, a bit jarring. I don't know how I didn't notice that the first time round. I think I was too distracted by the guy. Well, there's some of those things about it on Twitter. I just recently started following a guy and acknowledging him, Meteor Ryan, on Twitter. Sadly, he's not there right at present. As of time of recording, maybe he'll be back. But when he posted a video of him walking, and it just centered on his face. And when he looks grumpy, he looks like he could do a good Zod. I don't know. Well, I'm not talking about the voice, but just something about his face. Just when he looks grumpy, he looks. He has the right face for Zod. You know, the Superman villain. For some reason, I haven't seen many Zods or anything. Just that's the face that kind of pops to mind. The person that pops to mind with his, you know, with his face. So yeah. I remember thinking about that heavily when I was going through here the first time. So yeah, maybe I was just being distracted by that. For a moment when I saw the red, I didn't think it was fireballs. I thought it was like a red minion being after getting ragdolled from the other thing, the poison plant. Because the ragdoll is kind of hilarious. Well, not hilarious. It's over the top. Come on, just break this shit. Thank you. Okay, come on, get the upgrades. I'm sure someone needs something. Apparently not. Okay. Catch up to them in a moment. Oh, that worked out. So anyway, to get through there, we have to go around. Because the minions don't... Well, they aren't courteous enough to get rid of the things for us. My god. You think a guy this big, with a mace that big, could have broken that more easily? Apparently not. Any enemies here? No. So, we'll just send them out running like wounds. The only issue will be Reds trying to break things behind obstacles. Here's something we get a fair bit of upgrades. Some of my minions have gone the other way. I'm not entirely sure why. Recall. Okay. Go do that. For whatever reason, they went that way. They were... wonder where they went, what they got up to. Probably just destroying mushrooms or something. Ah yes, the green's just hidden there for a moment. Actually need that block to go the whole way to make a bridge, so just so you can levitate over it again. There. Figured best course of action, really. You gonna come up? Come on. Thanks. We'll just rush on past once that's done. You know, once it's done blowing its load. Fucking random, you know, poison plants blowing their load around the place. So rude, so inconsiderate. That did look kind of weird. Okay, everyone go in. From now on, it's a green party. And none of them are anyway upgraded, because of course not. So anyway, I'll send them all out here. There's only a little bit of water, so you don't need to worry at all about those minions. Just break that for them. Okay, they're going all the way up there. Sure, whatever. Ooh. As you can see, me walking near the green hive, or at least where it currently is quite hazardous to my health. Quite hazardous to my health indeed. Okay, go on. There's probably a potion around here somewhere. Seemingly no. Weird. Anyway. Let's recall our minions and keep going scavenging. Annoyingly, they are a bit weak right now. That will be fixed once we get some stuff. To be honest, vile weeds could actually be a name of them. I know, it just, like, depending on the, like, I know, it makes me think of something out of WoW, really. WoW with their Doomweed, Gloomweed, Vileweed, it's par for the course, really. And he says sweep, but just charge them isn't more than enough. It's more than enough. You still come? Yes, good. This way. Knowingly, because of going near the hive, I'm quite low on health now. I've got to hope I find some potions. Because if I have to go toe-to-toe with a few of those beasties, I'm gonna regret it. So, well, at least they're getting some upgrades. One of them's got a rapier now, or some sort of sword. Not a rapier, cutlass. Yeah, that was a cutlass. I wonder what's the origin of the cutlass. Like, it's, you know, the archetypical pirate sword, you know? What caused it to become that? Was it for pirates, by pirates? Was, you know, is that inaccurate? Is that inaccurate? You know, is that just Hollywood for you? I'm curious now, actually, thinking about it. It's just I'm mainly curious because, as I've said in a few things, well, you know, I have an idea for a story, and I've been working on it bit by bit. Mainly trying to plot out the universe, so when I actually get to actually writing it, I don't sort of just go pothole, 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 pothole. So, but yeah, I think part of me is just really curious in the history of that for my story, basically. Because it's a good idea to base some things off things in real life. For example, I remember people were saying that apparently George R. R. Martin said that, you know, the horse riders that Danny ended up joining at the start of the series, the Dothraki. There we go. They were based off like various tribes in Mongolia or something. I can't remember where. You'll have to look it up yourself. But they're based off real groups of people. Same probably goes for other factions as well. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I remember hearing something like that. They're based off of like a conglomeration of different tribes. You'll have to look it up yourself to be sure, because I just remember hearing it on a podcast, but I don't know which one or what. I listened to a fair few Game of Thrones podcasts before. Well, actually, I listened to two before. And I doubt it's one of them. It's probably it was probably Radio Westeros. That's talked about it, or that, or something else. Oh, what, Radio Westeros, or oh, what's the other one? Is my phone here? Yes, it is. It's right next to me. I'm gonna look it up here. Let us see. Let us see. Radio Westeros or History of Westeros. One of those would have said it, but I don't remember which one. And I think it was Radio Westeros. But you could probably find it elsewhere. I think he said it in an interview. But yeah, it's a good idea to be basing things off the actual, you know, off myths and different things. It, you know, people like that shit, basically. And gives you a basis to work with. It can, you know, it can give you an idea of a starting point, and you can twist things in your own way then. Of course, you can go purely fictional with no historical basis. It's up to you. I'm doing a mix of both, really. Like, I've like two ideas for two different groups of people. One is based off, based off the Roman, quite clearly based off the Romans. In fact, their political system is based, like the Romans, after they overthrew their monarchy, they had the Republic, and they would have two leaders. I believe the title was consul, C-O-N-S-U-L. They would have two of them, and they'll be voted for by people of the equestrian class and order, and over, and higher. But equestrian class was basically those rich enough to